Good morning, and welcome back to Crypto Warehouse. My name is Mike. Today is the 15th of February. I hope you all had a fantastic Valentine's Day, whether you shared it with your partner or whether you shared it with the crypto market in general. Today, we're going to go over a lot of news regarding Bitcoin. Again, it's the headline act at the moment. We're going to go through the sale of the Genesis assets. We're going to go through how high are we going to go. I said yesterday we're getting too far ahead of ourselves. So how far are we going to go? People are talking about $69,000. Let's have a look. SHIB, we're going to talk about SHIB. Big fan of that on the channel. We're going to talk about Charles Hoskinson's comments and is traditional finance eating crypto. Then we're going to talk about the SEC and being cabined, whatever you want to call it. Then we've got the quiz at the end of the show. If you are new here, we are Crypto Warehouse. We stream 6 days a week on Binance. We stream 6 days a week on YouTube and a few other days a week somewhere else. But we also now start to stream on Monday, Wednesday nights. We do a simple signal show where it's pure TA. Brogan comes on, he spends an hour and a half talking about the charts, where things are going to go. And it's going down quite well. I think people are enjoying it, which is a positive. So we are not going to do just as much TA as we do on Monday and Wednesday nights. Otherwise, the show would just be solely TA. So today we are going to look at the Bitcoin charts, but we're not going to look at any other charts today. Maybe tomorrow or Saturday we'll look at some charts, but I'm not going to do that every single day. Now, the other thing that I want to bring your attention to, if you are new here, this is our list of Binance calendar events. You have a similar version of this somewhere under the stream or somewhere under our profile. As you can see, we are live tomorrow at 11 o'clock, potentially tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. Then we have our Saturday show, but this is what I want to highlight. Next Wednesday at 7 p.m, we will be doing a AMA with SWGT token. SWG is the Smart World Global Token, I think. Smart World Global Token. So there's only 23 people set for this. There's going to be $50 given away on that stream. $50 given away on that stream. So if you haven't set a reminder for next Wednesday night, I implore you to do so. There will be 2 actions you have to take to enter that prize draw during the AMA. Number 1 will be to go to their website and sign up. That's number 1. It's a 2-second job. And number 2, you will have to comment on this stream. That's it. And then Brogan will put you into the draw. I think the last time we did this was 2 weeks ago, a week and a half ago now. And we had some like 60 or 70 people enter the draw, and we gave away, I think, 10 prizes. So you have a good chance of winning. We might give away more on the night. We might give away different tokens, but we'll try and do more than 5 winners because we're expecting a good turnout for that show. So make sure to sign up. I am going to mention it tomorrow, and we will mention it on Saturday because we are trying to hype it up. It's our first ever AMA on Binance, so we want to try and get this token as much attention as possible. It's a legitimate token. I've looked at the white paper. I have looked at the tokenomics. We wouldn't have done the AMA if it wasn't legitimate. So make sure to go and check that out. Anyway, I digress. Back to the charts. As you can see, we are almost at $2 trillion market cap. We are going to 4x from here. Minimum 4x from here. That's my conservative prediction. We hit 3.5 trillion in the last bull cycle. We should probably hit 6 to 7 trillion in the next bull cycle, but we've got the addition of the ETFs. I think that's going to push us to 8 to 9 trillion. I'm not going to give you a precise figure because I don't have a crystal ball, but that's where I think we're going. I think we're going to 8 or 9 trillion. If you look at the volume, again, this volume is decent, 98 billion. But remember, in the last bull run, we were running at 120 to 140 billion a day. So it might seem like a lot now, but it won't be. It will be the average. Bitcoin will crash 50% when it gets to 60 or 70k. I don't think so. I think I think our bottom is going to be somewhere near 40,000 at the minute. And the reason I say that is I do agree with you that we are going to come down. And the reason being is that we're getting ahead of ourselves price-wise. And we're going to talk about that in the article in a minute. But the point is, we can't diverge too far away from the bull market support band without coming to retest it. Now, the longer this continues, this mini pre-bull run continues, should we get to 55,000, should we get to 58,000, should we get to those numbers, we are going to have a retracement to come back to the bull market support band. But if that takes 2, 3, even 5 weeks, the bull market support band is going to be sitting at about $43,000, $44,000. I cannot see a scenario where we come down to $30,000 simply because the sheer volume of money coming in from the ETFs is astronomical. Every dip is being bought up. The CPI news came in. We flash crashed down. We've come straight back up. So if the CPI data can't bring us down, we need to look for a black swan to bring us down 50%. That black swan could be another conflict. It could be recession. It could be another pandemic. There is the opportunity for a black swan, of course there is. There always is. But I don't see $30,000. 39,500 really is my bottom line. Where is the force that's going to bring us down that far? That's what we've got to think about. Now, if we didn't have the ETFs, I would kind of say there's a possibility. But every day, Monday to Friday, there are hundreds of millions of dollars of Bitcoin being taken off the market. And that is going to float everything up. Now, Bitcoin dominance is, I'm sure this must be broke. We've been at 52.5% now for 3 or 4 days. So I think this might be broke. Ethereum dominance has moved up a touch. Just a touch, but anyway, let's move on. We don't have a great deal of time for these shows. 24-hour gainers. Stacks, great pump. VeChain, good pump. Dimension, good pump. Say, Mantle, Helium, Dupe. I'm telling you, do not fade Dupe. It is going to go. This is a $3, $2.50, $2 coin, whichever level of bullishness you've got about it. It's the biggest decentralized exchange on the 3rd biggest blockchain in the world, and it has a 730 million market cap. Compare it to Uniswap, more established, which is in the billions. Jupiter has a ways to go, and I think it will start sooner rather than later, but still a good return on the day. Not expecting too many losers today. Bitcoin Cash, Injective, Aster, ICP is down a touch. Not many losers. There's a few retracements, but on the whole, another very nice green day. So the agenda for the show, which I haven't really gone over, is we're going to go through some X-Files as well. X-Files are little snippets from Twitter, or X, whatever you want to call it, which are not really worthy of a 10-minute segment on the show. And let's bring this up. Very quick one. We have been telling you to buy Sol since it was $30, $40. And now there are people who sold their Sol looking at the price. And Sol's recovered from the FTX debacle. Sol could run up to $500 in the bull run. I'm not expecting it to happen today or tomorrow. There are people calling for $1,000 Sol this year. You have to be careful. During the bear market, when the price goes up 3 or 4%, people FOMO in and get wrecked as the price comes down. In the bull market, what you have to be very wary of is these influencers, these crypto influencers. They sell you the world, they sell you the moon and the stars, and they tell you Solana is going to hit $2,000, Bitcoin is going to $500,000, Ethereum is going to hit $100,000, knowing that you're going to hold your bags all the way up, and they're going to be selling all the way up. They're going to be selling their Ethereum at $15,000. They're going to be selling their Bitcoin at $110,000, $120,000, and you're going to be the one holding your bags all the way down because you think these influencers are telling you the truth and what they believe. They sell into your liquidity. They are selling as they're telling you to buy. Not all of them, but a lot of the big ones. And you just need to look at the ones that give you the wildest predictions are normally the ones that are shilling you their tokens. And that's something to keep in mind. If somebody tells you that Ethereum is going to flip Bitcoin in this cycle, take everything they say with a pinch of salt, because the economics of that are not there. Bitcoin has an ETF, Ethereum doesn't. Bitcoin is the #1 single famous asset in crypto. Ethereum is second. There is nothing about Ethereum that is going to flip Bitcoin in this cycle. Maybe 10 years, maybe 15 years. Maybe if Ethereum becomes the crypto blockchain of things, then maybe. But Bitcoin is a runaway train, and it's a finite supply. FOMO is going to kick in any time now, and we're going to be away. And it's going to be hard pushed for anybody to catch it. So sentiment, Bitcoin has resumed its climb, briefly exceeding at $52,000, valued for the first time since December the 3rd, 2021. What's that, 2 years and 2 months ago? We've seen through this tremendous bull cycle excessive celebrations from the crowd after specific thresholds. So this is basically saying that there are now local tops, which means, like Brogan last night and a few others, they're expecting a retracement. And everybody is talking about 50,400, 50,300. Around that level is where we could retrace to. Some people are saying 47,000. We're going to have a look at the charts in a minute, and I'll give you an idea of some scenarios and why some could play out and why others may not play out. Let's move on. I've done no shout outs today. So good morning to Hidden Agendas. I think my, there we go. My stream has crashed a little bit. 1 minute. Just let me check. Everything is working as intended. Yep. Bitcoin dominance will never be broke. Yeah, I mean, I think the problem with Bitcoin dominance is that people are talking about 70% and excessively high levels for Bitcoin dominance. I do think we could head up towards just under 60% for Bitcoin dominance at this stage. I do see that happening, but let's wait and see. So Vance feels obvious but worth stating the best predictor of the ETH ETF flows are the BTC ETF flows. TradFi will simply get up to the plate the second time and swing even harder, knowing Bayesian priors are positive. Now, what this is basically saying is, because of what's happened with Bitcoin, it's set a precedent for volumes. And remember, no matter what happened after the ETF was launched in the dip, the volumes were astronomical. The biggest launch of a ETF in the history of ETFs. It's broken all records. It's breaking all records. It's flying. So when the ETF for the Ethereum ETF comes along, whether that be May, like a lot of people say, or next year, like I think, people are saying this is just going to be 3 times as strong as Bitcoin. I don't think the volume is going to be as high as Bitcoin, but I do think it's going to rip. and it's going to rip because people have seen just how much appetite there is for crypto. So the Ethereum ETF launch is going to be as big in terms of success as Bitcoin. I just don't see the volumes yet as big as they are for Bitcoin. Last one then. This is breaking news. I only saw this just before we came on air, so I thought I would throw it in. ApeCoin. ApeCoin has now moved to Arbitrum from Ethereum. This is going to be a trend, in my opinion, a trend over the next 12 months. Coins that sit on Ethereum are expensive. And they're expensive because of the transaction fees, the slowness of Ethereum. You know, I moan and bemoan lots and lots of coins that are ERC20 and sit directly on Ethereum. And what we've seen very recently is some coins have started to move to layer 2s. Polygon, Optimism, and now Arbitrum. Now, what's exciting about this is ApeCoin is not a small coin. ApeCoin is it a top 50, top 30 market cap? Let's go and have a look. Now, I am expecting it to pump after this. Let's have a look. There we go. So it's ranked 110. It has fallen quite considerably. So ApeCoin, which of course is connected to the Bored Ape Yacht Club and the new metaverse that's coming out, that's now moved to Arbitrum. This is good news. This is really good news. Now, I'm not going to say ApeCoin is going to go to $5 anytime soon. I'm not going to say it's going to rip and do a 10x. But more coins that do this, the better it is for the Ethereum ecosystem. Because we don't want coins to leave Ethereum. The gods jumped ship from Solana to Ethereum. It hasn't gone well. They're talking about coming back to Solana. They've destroyed the community. It's not gone well. Jumping ship is never a good thing. But moving from a layer 1 to a layer 2 on, I do think that ApeCoin is going to have, whenever their project launches, whenever their metaverse launches, ApeCoin and Bored Apes and everything around that is going to do incredibly well. The reason ApeCoin has been hammered, if we go back over the last year, I think we're going to see a massive decline. The reason we are seeing this huge decline on ApeCoin is very simple. They haven't delivered. They haven't delivered. There's no news. And remember what I was saying yesterday, sexy news and hype pumps coins, pumps projects. There is no hype around ApeCoin. And that is the issue. When the metaverse comes out and that hype returns, you are going to see some decent price action. Even if it goes up to its recent high here, it's $5.80, $5.90. Up here, you're looking at $7.30. You know, the market cap, it's under $1 billion. I'm not going to buy any, and I'm not advising you to buy any right now, but keep an eye on the metaverse. It's now moved to Arbitrum, which means it's so much cheaper to transact. If the metaverse is launched with a connection to Arbitrum on Ethereum, you're going to be able to play the games. That's one of the things prohibiting people playing games on Ethereum. It's just so damn expensive to play a game where it costs you $15 for depositing your funds. So keep an eye on that one. I'm not saying buy it. I'm saying put that on your watch list as a possible future gainer. I think it was also, when we covered this, I think it's the worst performing coin of 2023 out of all the major coins. Now, again, Black Swan. Is this a black swan? Genesis has received court approval to redeem $1.65 billion in GBTC shares as part of its bankruptcy strategy. The move aims to reimburse digital asset lenders with sales coordinated via a broker to minimize market impact. DCG's concerns about market price impacts were noted by but Judge Lane affirmed Genesis liquidation autonomy. So there's a lot to be sold, and I'm just going to explain something which is quite important at this point. When a company has $1.6 billion of Bitcoin to sell, it is not in their interest to dump it on the market on one day. It makes no sense whatsoever, because if they sell $1.65 billion, they are not getting the most Bitcoin, or USDC, sorry, for their Bitcoin. It will drop the price. Maybe it comes down to 47,000, 46,000. A $46,000 Bitcoin, when you've got 1.65 billion, is a lot less than a $52,000 Bitcoin. In fact, it's about $300 million less. So it makes no sense for Genesis to sell $1.65 billion in one go. What makes sense is for them to set out a plan of 20 days, 25, 30 days in which to sell potentially 50, 60, 70 million dollars a day. It wouldn't be noticed. If you look at the amount of money coming into the ETFs, it's small fry. If you look at what we've just been looking at, if you look at the total volume for the market in the last 24 hours, it's $100 billion. $100 billion of trade in crypto in the last 24 hours. Of that, Bitcoin is 50%, 52%. So that's $50 billion a day. If you're dropping $50 or $60 million a day, it is going to be absorbed. So just bear that in mind, that this isn't a press the panic button moment. This is something that they need to do carefully. Now, this is a list of shares. It's 1.88 billion, of which 1.65 billion is in Bitcoin, 200 million is in Grayscale's Ethereum Trust, and then for some crazy reason, they have $35 million of Ethereum Classic. I do not know why. I keep being asked to make videos about Ethereum Classic, and I just can't bring myself to do it. So the debtors are authorized but not directed to redeem, sell, or transfer the trust's assets in their reasonable business judgment in accordance with the guidelines. The development carries broader implications. For instance, technical analyst John Gregory noted that the impending sale could exert downward pressure on Bitcoin. It currently faces resistance between 52 and 54,000. It would like to see Bitcoin stop around here and consolidate, perhaps giving outtimes some room to party harder, Gregory said. Now, I said this last night. I think I was talking to Brogan about it. We were talking about the TA. And is it now? Should we bring up the charts? No, we'll bring up the chart after the next article. So John Gregory thinks 52 to 54,000 is the good price for Bitcoin. Now let's see who and what this is predicting. So Bitcoin has left the station and is headed higher, and is headed for much higher prices. So Dave the Wave, you've got to love these names. Shared a chart with 144,000 followers on X, outlines a scenario. The chart has Bitcoin jumping to around $70,000 in the first quarter of 2024, then correcting down to 35,000 by the middle of the year before taking off to 180,000 by early 2025. Now, Dave the Wave also shares a chart that suggests Bitcoin has left the buy zone. In addition, the chart indicates that Bitcoin is in the midst of an uptrend en route to $70,000. Market behavior: people always get interested in buying when price is high, instead of buying rationally and relatively low. After well over a year in the buy zone, they are now moving up into the time when you shouldn't be buying. Bitcoin is at 49.5. It was at 52. Now, there is a lot of agreement on this stream with Dave the Wave, but I am going to very quickly drop a box first, and then we will carry on. If you are watching on YouTube, just to let you know, we stream on Binance and we drop crypto boxes. We give away SHIB every stream. We don't give away a lot of SHIB. We don't give away enough to make you a millionaire, but we give away SHIB. And we go through the crypto. We have a quiz at the end as well, where we ask some very simple crypto related questions. Now I'm going to go look at the chart, and I'm going to tell you what the quandary is, what my problem is with these predictions. Ugashay, yes. That's going to be dropped. I am dropping it. Bitcoin dominance seems unbreakable. Am I correct? Yes. At this moment in time, you are, in my opinion, correct. And I'll tell you why. I'm going to bring up the chart now. And I'm going to show you what my problem is. I've got two problems, and they're both fighting with each other. And one is a macro problem, and one is a chart problem. So, very simple to explain. This line here, this is the bull market support band coming in at $39,500. This is the range we were in for 3 months. We did pop up, we did pop down, now we've broken out. Now, the two problems I've got. Number one, every dip is being soaked up by the ETFs. And the ETFs are my problem. We are seeing a surge. I didn't put the slide in today, but there is a surge in the amount of money coming into Bitcoin ETFs, and it's going up. And my prediction was that it would go down. I believed that there would be a massive interest in the Bitcoin ETF at the start, and then a month later we would start to see the volume drop as we took on, the early adopters, and then it would fade away. We haven't seen that. In fact, Wednesday was the highest day for 2 weeks, I think, of BlackRock ETF investments. It's going up, it's not going down. Now this causes a problem because ETFs are a macro environment impact on the Bitcoin price. They're not chart related. This is new money. It's all new money coming in. The second thing is that the Bitcoin ETF is now becoming part of other funds. And this is something that people haven't realized. 1%, 2%, 3% of people's portfolios and 401ks across different funds are now being divested into Bitcoin. Think about that volume. Think about how much money that is. Now, it's not all happening on day one. It's not all happening in month one. It's going to happen over a period of 6, 12, 18, 24 months. What happens every month with those 401ks? More money comes in. So if you're putting $1,000 into your 401k a month, which I believe is like an American retirement pension pot, if you're putting $1,000 in and $20 a month of that is going into Bitcoin, 2%, and you've got 500,000 people, 1 million people, 10 million people, all putting that money in on top of new people coming, it completely breaks the charts. And this is my problem. It breaks the charts. The charts don't work anymore because the charts should reflect. Every time you come away from the bull market support band, you should come down to retest it. We can go back over here to the previous bull cycle and look what happened. We did that. Okay. Now, this line here was the peak of the bull market. We are seeing the same thing here, which I'm going to get rid of because we don't need too many lines on the chart. But you come back and you break it. Now look what happens if you come too far away from the bull market support band. When you come down, there's no support, you crash through it, and then you waddle around for a few months, and then you break back up. This was a false top. This was to do with the pandemic. But the bull market support band, 1 minute, there we go. Okay. Bull market support band, I've said this 1,000 times. When you're underneath it, it's like being stuck under a sheet of ice. You can't break it. When you break above it, it's like a trampoline and it bounces you higher. Now look what we've done. We've broken it. We've gone too far away from it. And because we're too far away from it, it means we're going to come crashing down. But I don't think we're going to come down to 35,000. I cannot see a 50% correction because of the new money that's coming in. The new money, these 401ks, these investment houses, these investment firms, they are not buying Bitcoin today and selling tomorrow. They're buying Bitcoin today and selling it when they retire, 20, 30 years from now. That money is gone. That Bitcoin is gone. 200,000 Bitcoin is no longer available, and it won't be available for a very long time. It's out of the market. And we've got the halving coming up. That's 160,000 Bitcoin a year less. So you have 160,000 Bitcoin a year less, which means the miners cannot sell that extra $9 billion a year of sell pressure. That's gone. The ETFs are buying up all the Bitcoin, and it doesn't seem to be slowing down at the minute. So this correction that everybody keeps asking for, where's it going to come from? Who is correcting it? Because $200, $300, $400, $500 million of new money is coming in on a regular basis. So what I think is going to happen, and I've not seen this anywhere else because it's probably complete hogwash, but I'm going to give it you anyway. I think Bitcoin is going to rise to a price where the amount of Bitcoin being taken off the market becomes sustainable, because we're hitting a supply shock before the halving. 200,000 has gone in a month. 200,000 has gone in a month. What's that 1%? 1% of the total Bitcoin supply that will ever exist is gone in the first month. How much is going to be gone by the end of the year? 5%? 6%? Are we talking about 1 million Bitcoin being in the hands of BlackRock and Fidelity by December? That's how we're headed. The only thing to stop that is the price going up, dramatically going up. And that's my quandary. We can't go too far away from the bull market support band. We have to use the charts to tell us where we're going to go. But the Bitcoin is just not there. It's being taken away. It's been absolved of all of its sins. It's been stored in cold storage and it's gone. So that's my quandary. We have the charts telling us we need to come down to 40,000, 45,000. And then we have the ETFs just hoovering all the Bitcoin up. And the question is, which one's going to win? Because we're going to get to a price where the Bitcoin price, let's say it's $100,000. Let's say we hit $100,000. Is that high enough to reduce the amount of Bitcoin being taken off the markets? Because remember, if they're buying $300 million of Bitcoin at $100,000, that's half the number of Bitcoin than it is today, obviously. So that's my quandary. I think the ETFs are starting to break the Bitcoin charts. And I think Bitcoin is trying to find a price where they fall into equilibrium, supply and demand, with the new ETF demand. And this is before the halving. And this is my worry. We can't be at $69,000 by the halving. That's too far gone. We'd be at all-time highs. And I don't want to believe we're going to be there. I think personally we should be at 50,000, 55,000 by the halving. I don't think we should be at 52,500 6-8 weeks before. We're just too high. So we do need a correction. When it's going to happen, who knows? Who knows? But Bitcoin is just going to keep melting faces for the next 6 months minimum. And then the more it goes up, the more people buy. The more people buy, the higher the price goes. At which point do people sell? So SHIB has launched its first DeFi bridge linking 3 major blockchains. Remember, for me, SHIB is the #1 meme coin. It's better than Dogecoin. Dogecoin doesn't do anything. It's better than Pepe. It's better than Bonk, although the news about Bonk that has broken last night is incredible, and I haven't mentioned that on the stream. Let me show you this before I show you the stuff about SHIB. I just need to make this. Here we go. So Revolut, this is in French, it doesn't matter. Revolut is going to be giving out Bonk to its clients. That's right. Revolut is going to give Bonk to its clients, and it has an awful lot of clients. It's got tens, if not hundreds of millions of people using Revolut, and so don't fade Bonk either. I know Bonk has been going through a bit of a downturn, but the first entrance to crypto for a lot of people is meme coins. So this is a very, very clever move by Revolut to give Bonk to its customers. It's like a taster of crypto. Buy some Bonk or get some Bonk for free. Now, what of course that does to Bonk is it gets people interested in Bonk. It gets their name out there. There's going to be a positive price correction in Bonk in the next 2 or 3 weeks as this starts to happen. Because if somebody gives you $5 worth of Bonk and it goes up in price, you might buy $50 or $500 worth of Bonk because you know the name, you were given it for free, you'll add to your bag. So I would expect the price of Bonk to go up just because of this one deal, because Revolut are not small. I wish. So it's giving it to 500,000 customers to start with, and it's going to work. It's going to absolutely work, and then they're going to do it again, and they're going to do it again. It's already up 15%. I bought Bonk last night, by the way. As soon as I heard that news, I bought a very small bag of Bonk. Back to SHIB then. So SHIB developers introduced Fetch on Feb 14th, a multi-chain bridging solution connecting Ethereum and Arbitrum to Shibarium, a layer 2 scaling chain central to the Shiba Inu ecosystem. Fetch was announced a few weeks after SHIB celebrated a year of contributing to the Shiba community. SHIB devs say Fetch will slash off-chain bridging time from nearly a week to under 30 seconds. Rosemond added that Fetch was in development for months before launched as the first multi-chain bridge to provide Shibarium users exposure to other blockchains. Again, this is what we talk about a lot on this channel. We want interoperability. We want to connect chains together. We want, Ethereum layer 2s connecting to Cardano, connecting to Solana. Instead of having 50 different little spiders webs all over the place, we want to have one massive spider's web. I talk about Ag Layer all the time. Ag Layer. It's being produced by Polygon. It's going to seamlessly connect multiple blockchains together. They will act as one layer with shared liquidity, but you will stay on your individual blockchain. It's proper tech, it's proper development, and that's what the retail customer wants. The retail customer comes along and has $50 in Ethereum and goes to play the ape metaverse, and then it gets a message saying, I'm sorry, your money is not on Arbitrum L2. And retail is going to go, I have no idea what that means, close, and they're gone. Okay? What we need is Ag Layer capabilities across everything. So if they've got a MetaMask wallet, MetaMask should not be saying to people, you need to switch layers. It should say, please click to confirm that you want to connect to this platform. Yes, done. Nothing else. Everything should go on in the background. So SHIB is going to plug itself into multiple layers now. And that is what we want. We want SHIB to be everywhere. That's how it gets places. When was the last time we published an article about Dogecoin that didn't involve X? I don't think we've ever done it. I think maybe a year and a half ago, the founder, is he called Mark? Somebody or other? Mark and Elon Musk sat down and talked about how to make Dogecoin proof of stake. That's the last time we covered an article about Dogecoin. And Dogecoin is the top meme coin. Why? SHIB is out there building, developing. It's more of a utility community token now than a meme coin. It started as a meme coin. It isn't really a meme coin anymore. So I don't know where the future holds for Dogecoin, but for SHIB, don't fade SHIB. Remember, it got to 41 billion in the last bull run. 41 billion in the last bull run. I am not saying SHIB is going to go to a cent. I'm certainly not saying SHIB is going to go to $1, but SHIB could knock off a zero in the next bull run, certainly. Now, Charles, we covered Charles, I think, on Monday, and we do like Charles on here. He is a little bit outspoken, but he is also very knowledgeable. And I've got to say, I don't agree with him on this article. I don't agree with him, and I'm going to go through my reasons why after we've read it. So just let me go back to live for 1 second and make sure we're all working. 1 second. There we go. Back in the room. I can see everything now. Actually, let me drop a box for 1 second. I thought I dropped a box before. Maybe it didn't work. 1 second. Okay. There we go. I do apologise for this pregnant pause. I'm just dropping another red crypto box. Also, please stop putting comments into chat with links to scam websites. I will ban you permanently, and then you will not be able to comment again. So don't do it. And don't drop red packets either. It's just not helping. There we go. Okay, so Charles raised an alarm in a recent YouTube stream. His message was clear: traditional financial institutions are infiltrating the cryptocurrency sphere, potentially undermining its founding principles. Broadcasting live on February the 12th, Hodgkinson spoke about the existential concerns he believes are not fully appreciated by mainstream cryptocurrency enthusiasts. Notably, he posted that the industry faces a turning point, emphasizing the dominance of asset-backed stablecoins USDC and USDT. He criticized the recent celebration of spot Bitcoin ETFs and Wall Street's possible growing influence. Hodgkinson explained these stablecoins' significant role by sharing data highlighting their contribution to 70% of on-chain transaction volume. Again, not concerned. He pointed out the centralized nature of asset-backed stablecoins subject to regulation by their issuing jurisdiction. Essentially, the ramifications of relying on these stablecoins, according to Hodgkinson, are profound. They influence decentralized finance, economies, and can dictate outcomes in the event of blockchain forks. Essentially, an asset-backed stablecoin cannot exist on multiple fork chains without devaluing its backing. With a hard fork, let's say Bitcoin spitting out Bitcoin A or Bitcoin B, you can't have a situation where the stablecoin issuer says, I'm going to let my stablecoin be on both sides and we'll just let it ride, because doubling the supply means they're only backed by 50 cents. They have to pick a winner. They either pick A or they pick B, or A or B, but not both. Unless, of course, synthetic versions are created. Something that he has missed out. Charles contrasted this with algorithmic stablecoins. Don't agree with this at all. I'm trying to think, is anything else of value that I'm going to... here we go. Hodgkinson expressed frustration at the community's focus on profit rather than the underlying principles of cryptocurrency. He chastised Reddit users who criticized his stance, pointing to their single-mindedly concern with the number go up and overlooking the broader threats. Large ETFs and centralized exchanges now wield considerable power over the direction of cryptocurrencies. These actors could effectively control the industry through their decisions on listings, liquidity, and support for certain chains. He didn't mince his words. He did not sign up for a crypto revolution that capitulates to a handful of legacy companies. Now, I think my issue is that Any financial product, any asset that has value is going to be consumed by traditional finance, irrespective of what Charles wants. Number one, there is no universe where a $2, $5, or $10 trillion asset class exists without traditional finance. It's not possible. When Satoshi built Bitcoin, he built it to be decentralized. He built it to be number go up. Now, because he built it to be number go up, irrespective of how many Bitcoin BlackRock hold or Fidelity hold, there's always going to be Bitcoin available to you on exchanges or decentralized exchanges. If Bitcoin is at $5 million a coin and you buy $100 today and it triples in value in 5 years, your $100 is now worth $300. It doesn't matter, and Satoshi says this in the white paper, it doesn't matter, it's not in the white paper, sorry, in his Reddit post, it doesn't matter if you hold 1 Bitcoin or 10 Satoshi. It is not the number that matters. What matters is that it is an appreciating asset that over time defends you against inflation. That's the point of it. Satoshi knew damn well that traditional finance was going to buy Bitcoin. So I don't agree with him on that. I also don't agree with him that people are fixated with the number go up. It's very easy from an ivory tower to tell people that don't have any money, you shouldn't be concerned with the value of the coins. You should be concerned with the technology, and you should be concerned with how decentralized we can be. It's a very arrogant thing to say. Okay, if you've got $100 and you put $100 into crypto 6 or 7 years ago, you could potentially have tens of thousands of dollars now. You could have changed your life, your family's life, your extended family, your education. It fixes all of those problems. If you haven't got a bank account because you live in Africa and the banks don't want to give you a bank account, you can trade crypto. It's not about what Charles wants crypto to be. It's about what people want crypto to be. Those ETFs give access to people who don't get technology, don't understand exchanges, don't understand Binance, don't understand anything, but they want to buy $1,000 of Bitcoin. Why can't we have multiple ways of people having access to crypto? It's the same with stocks and shares. Most people don't trade stocks and shares, but they have pensions that have shares. It's just another way of accessing it. So I don't agree with him in the slightest on anything he's just said, except for one point, and that is control. If the ETF for Ethereum happens, which it's going to do, there's 120 million Ethereum. If BlackRock and Fidelity and the other large banks and financial institutions, if they own 40 or 50 million of those Ethereum, they will be able to dictate via the DAO, via decision making, how they want that chain to work. And that's a massive problem. Bitcoin is slightly different, but still vulnerable. BlackRock, Fidelity probably know they're never going to get 30-40% of the Bitcoin supply, but they might get 10 or 15%. There is no physical way to stop Bitcoin from becoming proof of stake in that instance. If enough people decide that Bitcoin is going to become proof of stake, it would become proof of stake. So what we need is we need to put in fail-safes to stop any possible future where Bitcoin is forked or created as proof of stake. That's what we need. That's the only point I will agree with him on, and that is that financial institutions, BlackRock, have a habit of coming along, buying 20-30% of a company via money you've put into BlackRock, and then dictating to that company what they have to do. And they have a habit of it. They do it in every single industry. Good morning, Marvin. I hope you are well. Thank you for popping into the stream. Make sure to hit the like button. Make sure to vote. Make sure to subscribe. So I don't agree with him. on pretty much everything he said. I do agree with him that we need to stop the ability for BlackRock and others from being able to dictate how a blockchain works. That I do agree with him on, and that is fundamental to Bitcoin. There needs to be a complete devolution of power outside of the number of Bitcoin you hold. There needs to be a way to stop them from dictating all of that. Stable coins, I don't agree with him on. You can get synthetic ETH, you can get synthetic Bitcoin. It doesn't mean doubling it. If you've got $100 billion of USDC and you get 2 chains, and that $100 billion exists on chain A, you can create $50 billion of synthetic USDC for chain B, and then vault the $50 billion from chain A. So he's wrong on what he's saying about stablecoins being able to dictate. He's wrong on that, because it's just not how it works. It's not how it works. It's not how it's worked with Ethereum. It's not how it's worked with Bitcoin. Once you lock it and you create a synthetic version, that synthetic Ethereum is backed 1-for-1 by a real Ethereum. It would be the same thing with USDC and USDT. That's just how it would work. So let's get rid of some of these spammers. You can go, and you can go. Remember, if you spam the chat, I will block you, and then you will not be able to comment. So please stop spamming chat with your utter nonsense. It is tiring and it is boring. So if you keep doing it, I'll just keep banning you all. So that is the end of Charles. Let's have a quick look at this news about Gary Gensler, and then we will go on to the quiz. So Gary Gensler says the SEC's approval of spot Bitcoin ETFs in January was combined. He also said the agency is merit neutral when talking to CNBC about the approval of spot Bitcoin ETFs last month. What we did in January was combined to one set of filings, he said. We have other filings in front of us, but I'm not going to prejudge it for you or the audience. That's something that a 5-member commission discusses and reviews. Big name firms such as Fidelity and BlackRock have applied for a spot Ethereum ETF over the last few months in hopes they would approve it. Crypto experts have mixed opinions about whether or not it will gain approval soon. Some think it will be as early as May. I think it's going to be February, March next year. We approved a group of about 11 at one time, he said, referring to the spot Bitcoin ETFs. This was not the first way you could buy or express a risk in Bitcoin, but as we like to say, we are merit neutral. This was not in any way an approval of Bitcoin. And what you have to remember was, when it came down to the vote, there were 5 votes. 2 Democrats, 2 Republicans, and Gary Gensler. The 2 Democrats voted against the ETF approval. The 2 Republicans voted for the ETF approval, and Gary Gensler was the deciding vote, and he voted to approve the Bitcoin ETF. Gary Gensler, much as I really don't like him, he was the man who approved the Bitcoin ETF, and for that we need to be thankful. I mean, he'll be coming out in a year and a half's time when he works for BlackRock. When he's the head of blockchain technology at BlackRock, he will be the first to come out and tell you just how amazing blockchain technology is going to be. Don't forget that. He's going to go and work for BlackRock or Fidelity or Goldman Sachs. Absolutely cast iron nailed on. And he will resign if Joe Biden loses the next election. We're merit neutral if someone is complying with the laws, so they're giving full, fair, and truthful disclosures to the American public. We get to decide on their investment. Who gets to decide on their investments? This is absolute nonsense. The reason it's nonsense is because they lost in a court of law when Grayscale said that Grayscale wasn't being treated fairly. and the judge agreed with Grayscale and said that the SEC were acting unfairly and treating Grayscale unlike other products. So he is not telling the truth. It is not fair and it is not truthful. So just bear in mind, when Gary Gensler says these things, he is the man who approved the Bitcoin ETF, but he's also trying to crush it at every given opportunity. And for that, we shouldn't be happy with him. Right, let's get on to the quiz. Do a few quiz questions before we load. It's 5 to 12 where I am. But at least I feel a little bit better than I did yesterday, which is a positive. That reminds me, I need to do one thing before we bring up the Bitcoin chart. And that is tell you about another video that we have made. So as well as streaming on YouTube, as well as streaming on Binance, we make educational videos. Okay, and what we have made here is we have our members only area where we make videos solely for members, but we have made another airdrop video. If you are interested in farming airdrops, Meteora is another project on Solana. We have made a video about it. It's a fairly lengthy video, 13 minutes, and I show you a strategy for how to farm MET points, Camino Finance points. I show you how to deposit, which ways to deposit. I go through it all in that video. So make sure to go and watch that video on our YouTube channel, Crypto Warehouse. Just type Crypto Warehouse into Google, you'll find us. Go do two things: hit the like and subscribe button over here. If you want to partake in the AMA next week, you're going to have to do this anyway. So go and give us a follow over here and watch these videos. We've made other videos: the Camino airdrop, Jupiter. We've made videos about when, best Solana wallets, Coin Ledger. We've made a lot of videos over the last few weeks. Scam videos telling you what scams are. We make all kinds of educational videos. That's what we're here for. We are trying to help people as much as we can. So make sure to go and check us out. Right, let me drop some questions into chat. Remember, if you keep spamming the chat, I will just keep banning you. So please stop dropping messages into chat. Nadia, you're here every day. I know you're a bot, but you're here every day. You are banned. Nirob, you are also banned. If I ban you, you cannot partake in the quiz. There is another ban. All the bans. Okay. Shawana, banned. Okay, let's start the quiz. And also remember, very important, on Binance. I said it at the start of the show, so if you missed it, I'll tell you again. Right, down here, we have our list of shows on Binance. And as you can see, this is the live one we're on now. Next Wednesday, we have a $50 giveaway. $50, completely free, given away next Wednesday for the Smart World Global Token. Go over, set a reminder, go to our YouTube channel, subscribe, and also add a reminder on that video as well. You're going to need the Binance and the YouTube subscriptions to take part in the giveaway. It's $50. There'll be 5 winners of $10. So all of you people in chat asking for $10, press a reminder on this right now, and then after the show, go to YouTube. All the links are in the description below, and go and follow us on there. That's how we're going to be doing the giveaway. And we would do the giveaway based solely on Binance Chat, but unfortunately, there are so many spammers in chat that we cannot see people's names. So because we can't see people's names, we don't want people to get upset at us and mad that we're not giving them the prizes. So all you need to do is you need to go to the YouTube chat during that AMA and comment and say, enter me in the competition, whatever it might be, and you'll be entered. That is all you've got to do. Cannot say fairer or simpler than that. First question then, the Bitcoin halving is in April or June. Type April or June to win. Capital A, remember, or capital J. I saw Warmaster C in chat there. Good morning, Warmaster C. Eagle Wings is here. So, subscribe here. Preview here. 24 people. So there are more people being reminded about tomorrow's show and live trading than there is about a $50 giveaway. That is wrong. Go and sign up there. I want to see as many of you in there as possible. I want to see as many people entered into the competition as possible. It's our first AMA in a very long time on this channel. I want to get to at least 10, 11, 12,000 people on that stream, and I want at least 50, 60 people entered into the competition. Think of it this way. The last stream we did, we had 60, 65 entries. We had 10 prizes. That's 1 in 6 chance of winning. If we get 50, 60 people entered in next week's giveaway, you've got a 1 in 10 or 1 in 12 chance of winning $10. That's how simple it is. And we will pay you on Binance to your Binance ID. You won't have to go anywhere different for this one. You won't need a Solana wallet. It's getting paid straight to you on Binance. That is as simple as can be. So the answer is, of course, April. April the 20th, we think. Good morning, Warmaster C. I hope you are doing well. Okay, let's just ban you. Rajput, you are banned. If you comment in chat with a link, I will ban you. It is simple as that. And if you complain that you can't type, it's because I've banned you. So don't type links, don't type anything in chat that isn't to do with the stream, or I'll ban you. And it's simple as that. It's not fair on the people that have come here to watch and learn. Okay, let's try an easy one. Okie dokie. Right. The all-time high for Bitcoin, the all-time high price for Bitcoin, was it 69 or was it 96? Just type 69k or 96k into chat and you will win. What was the all-time high of Bitcoin? Also, in crypto meme culture, 69,420 are funny. It's like a funny meme. Even Elon Musk talks about it. So if we do get the halving on the 20th of April, that's 420. And if the price is at $69,000, that's 69,420. If that happens, then I know for a fact we are living in the Matrix and nothing in the world is real. So I want to see people subscribing on Binance. I want people signing up to the AMA. I want to see you signed up to the AMA. I also want you to go and sign up on our YouTube channel. So I want to see people on YouTube. I want to see people on Binance, and I want people to see people signed up on this AMA. If we get 10, 12,000 people watching that AMA next Wednesday, there is a 100% chance that we're going to get 2 or 3 more people coming along who are going to want to do AMAs with us, because they are big numbers. And the more AMAs we do, every AMA we do, we tell them that they have to give us money to give away to you. That is the first question. We say, we want you to pay us X and we want Y for the community. So the more people there, the more people signed up, the more hype we can get around that AMA, the better. Congratulations to Eagle Wings, Suvon, Salim Sam is here, War Master C is here, Braminio, Ratty, Bab, Cyberpunk Danny is here, Sonia. Good grief, I haven't seen Sonia in weeks. Shunt is here and Janice is here. Well done to you all. Thank you, Mr. Mike. I've missed you calling me Mr. Mike, Sonia. I hope you've been all right. Anonymous, you are being banned. Anybody posting links in chat is going to be banned. We now have the ability to ban people. It is beautiful. I think I must have banned at least 200 people in the last week. Okay, remember, I'm not here for a popularity contest. I am here to try and do my best to give you as much information as possible. So if you get banned, you get banned and you deserve it. I'm not going to ban people randomly. You'll have done something to deserve the ban. Okay, next question. So roughly, what is the maximum, sorry, not the maximum, current is probably a better word to use. What is the current supply of Ethereum? What's the total number of Ethereum in existence? Is it 120 million? Is it 210 million? Just type 120 or 210 into chat and you've won. Can't say fairer than that. Is it 12:05 already? Manu, thank you. Is there 120 or 120 or 210 million Ethereum in existence? Actually, I should go back to the chart, shouldn't I? Rick. Hello, Rick. I haven't seen you in an age. I hope you're keeping well, sir. Good morning. Rick, very important. I've not seen you for a while. In the calendar, we have an AMA next Wednesday night at 7 p.m. We've got $50 to give away. $50. So make sure you set a reminder on Binance for it. The money will be given away on the night on Binance. So we're going to be paying it out as well via your Binance ID. So just bear that in mind. Right, next question. 120 million is the correct answer as well. Right. And don't forget, if you want to tip us, all of these tips that you give us, we convert it back into SHIB, and that's what we're giving out on the stream. So last night we got some tips. Yesterday we got some tips. Saturday we got quite a few tips. So 10 cents, 20 cents, 50 cents, it doesn't matter. We convert it into SHIB and we give it straight back out to you. Next question then. Right. Solana. Solana, now the third biggest cryptocurrency in the world. We don't count Tether. We don't count any stable coins. Solana is a layer 1 or a layer 2. Is Solana a layer 1 or a layer 2? I just realized I need to drag this a bit more that way. There we go. Is Solana a layer 1 or a layer 2? Just type capital L1 or a capital L2 to win. Lots of people getting this one right. Is Solana a layer 1 or a layer 2 blockchain? Remember, there are 4 layers. There is layer 0, layer 1, layer 2, and layer 3s. Layer 3s are like your apps, your dApps. Layer 2s are like your Polygons, your Arbitrums, your Optimisms. Layer 1s are things like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. Then you have layer 0s. Layer 0s are like the network that helps to power these different blockchains. We've made a video about the 4 different blockchains on our channel a long time ago. 53 of you got that right. Manu Hart Uster, congratulations. Who else is here that I've not read out today? Adrian, congratulations. Ryan, Eagle Wings. D Wang is here. Solo Sky is here. Good morning. War Master C. Salisman. Mob Patata. Mob Patata, that's a nice name. I like Mob Patata. Paddy Romano is still one of my favourite names, as well as, was it Rabbit Toaster or Toaster Rabbit? Something like that. Congratulations, Andy, Sonia, congratulations. You are all winners. Next question. Actually, this will be the last one because it is gone 12, nearly 12:15, and I do have to go and make a video after the stream. Okay, similar question to the last question. Is Cardano a layer 1 or a layer 2? Is Cardano a layer 1 or a layer 2? I think we're going to have a storm. It's gone very dark outside. So is Cardano a layer 1 or a layer 2? And then don't forget what I was saying to you before. After the stream, go and sign up to the AMA and set a reminder. $50 given away on the night to 5 lucky people. Ada is a dumpster fire. Ada is going to move trees one day. It's a stable coin at the minute, Mikey. You've got to remember it's a stable coin. It doesn't move for a year, year and a half, and then it moves. 73 people got this right. That's incredible. 77 people. You can tell the bull runs back. The record, by the way, for anybody wondering, not that anybody is wondering, 138 correct answers is the record. And that was July, August last year. So we are nowhere near the numbers that we were getting right then. Crypto, Sab, Linda, congratulations. Leon, Manu, again, Bushrab, boo. Bushrab is here. Well done, all of you. 77 correct answers. Please don't spam links in the chat. I will ban you. And that is as simple as that. So, Leon, you've just won, but I've banned you because you're pasting links. Don't paste links in chat. Anybody that pastes a link in the chat is going to be banned. End of story. Non-negotiable. You paste a link in chat and you're banned. So, that's the end of the show. Just a reminder. Go over to our YouTube channel after the show and go and subscribe. Watch this video about Meteora and farming airdrops. It's just like we've made videos about all of them. We've made video about Camino. We've made videos about When. We made videos about Jupiter. Meteor is the next one. Go and check out our videos. Go and subscribe. We've just gone over 3,500 followers on YouTube. We want to try and get to about 10,000 followers by the end of the year, or thereabouts, as best we can. Make sure you follow us on Binance. We are nearly at 100,000. If you look in the bottom left-hand corner, we're at 95,216. 95,216, so we're less than 5,000 away from 100,000. So make sure to hit all the likes, hit all the follows, follow us on YouTube, follow us on Binance. What I've got, I can't read that. I'm going to let's find that. Yeah, okay. No, well, the stream's going now. We're turning the stream off, so don't worry. So we will see you all tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Been greatly appreciated. I am going to drop one last box on Binance before I go. So hang around for another 30 seconds. I'll drop the box. You can claim it. And I will see you all in the morning. I'm off to make a video. Take care.